And I just started to cry. It's been almost unbearable playing the role I play. I tried to bridge the gap between Thoth's temple and what has been normal in the world around me. And today, the channeling is going to help us all take a much deeper step to understand how to play the role we need to play. And with this, I give you Thoth. You are not who you think you are. To be at peace with the dissolution of the lies that you have lived within, you must allow yourself to transcend the experience of normalcy as you have known it. Life around you has been built upon lies because it had to be. You have been existing within an in-between space, a space that was designed to help you release what used to be. And what used to be extends well beyond this lifetime that you are in. To appreciate the depth of this challenge, you must be able to remember enough to know yourself. And yet, you are trying to forget. This contrast can be torturous. And in order to move through it, you must appreciate that you are moving. Your consciousness is shifting from one way of being to another. Many of the lifetimes you have lived on the earth have existed within a certain context, and none of them saw beyond this context. The ability you have now to see into the beginning of a new way is new to you. To appreciate the depth of this clarity is to allow the lack of clarity that you may know as everyday life. You cannot let go of the past until you are willing to not know how life will progress for a while. Imagine that you are in an orchestra. You have known how to play together for quite some time. There is a wide variety of rhythm and sound. You have a depth of experience that has allowed you to express many ranges of emotion together. And yet, there are constraints beyond which you have not been able to go. Many of the musicians you have played with are leaving. And as they get up to leave, they take not only their instruments, but their rhythms. The new music has not yet set in. It exists only in the inspiration, a much quieter voice than the concerts you have shared. In order to experience the reality that will be, you must be patient. It is not your job to make time move. I hope this sounds unusual to you, and yet, if you will appreciate, part of your consciousness is likely seeking to push into the future. This is not helpful. It focuses your energy in a way that is both unproductive and wasteful. To be at peace with where you are, you must stop fearing where you have been. And this is why it is necessary to turn around and face the past. You are actually saying goodbye. You may be invited to peruse, to walk through elements of one lifetime after another. And yet, as you do these, you will not be allowed to linger. The momentum that moves you through will carry you in a way that has its own mind. You do not need to be present with all of the feelings, much less all of the events of the past. You are being exposed to enough that you will be able to move past it and say goodbye. You are being exposed to enough that you are completely in trust that this is who you were. For those of you for whom this has not yet begun, please anticipate. It is terrifying. It rips apart. It tears the fabric of your reality to remember past lifetimes. And this is the purpose of the walks you will take. The scenes that you will see are enough. This is not for your entertainment. This is not for your indulgence. This is a time to release. As you learn to trust that you are being exposed to enough to enable this process, you will increasingly rest on the vibrations that are the rhythms of the music that is yet to be. This music is taking over. It is already present. However, you have not yet learned how to participate. You learn first through feeling. Please appreciate. We need you. It will take some time for you to know yourself within the rhythms that are being born. It will take some time for you to recognize how to hope, how to dream, and how to strive to be a part of what is being created. Be gentle with your mind, because when it is not time to struggle, struggle itself brings you backwards. And it is possible to move backwards. Recall, you are moving. Your consciousness is shifting from one place to another. The places to which I refer are spaces made by energy itself. Over time, you will learn to recognize that this is a fundamental element of being conscious. The recognition that rhythms create space, that shifts in rhythms involve movement between spaces, and that experience alone can give you the ability to participate actively. Active participation in the future depends upon your dreaming. You must want to be a part of what is being born. The invitation exists. We are inviting you into roles within this dream. They are unique to you. Understand, we see you with a depth of awareness that is hauntingly present. We recognize every element of the spirit that you bring with you. We know your lost dreams. We recognize your stray thoughts and the misgivings you have about choices you have long forgotten. We see the presence of these elements of your consciousness, and we craft roles for you that hold space for the transformation that can hold you within these changes. Inviting you into this way is a unique opportunity for you. Trust the feeling of an invitation that fits you. Appreciate the grace of a path from where you are into a future that enables you to do the best you can do within a form of service that is ideal for you. As you learn to trust this, you will be able to breathe within the actions that are most effective. Effective action fits both within the life you know to be your own and the life that is possible. To be into the possibilities of the future we are inviting you into is to live as an expression of where you were, releasing into where you can be. I want you to sense the presence of the past. I like introducing you to the experience of vibrational presence. Knowing yourself as a vibrational being is learning to feel the presence of your past, weaving into the possibilities of the future. And thus, your mind becomes both your greatest ally and your most present curse. Your powerful thoughts inhibit your ability to step forward when you disregard the true essence of your power. If you make sloppy choices, those choices exist. They resonate. If you make a choice with an assertion that is out of proportion with the nature of your challenges, that thought lives. It continues to sing its song in a dissonance that prevents you from stepping into the new way. For as simple as your journey through the past lifetimes will be, the complexity of your presence in the future is dependent on your ability to harmonize with the future. This is an experience that is felt. You become willing to feel more of the vibrations that are present within your consciousness, and you allow yourself to move through them when they are dissonant. For it is in this dissonance that you learn to recognize the way you have been misusing your mind. Your mind becomes an ever more present tool that enables you to navigate reality in forms that are well beyond the comprehension you carried through the many lifetimes you have already lived. Every thought matters. You must learn to recognize and honor when your life is present and when your life is confused, when your thoughts are yours and when you are simply witnessing thoughts within the consciousness of humanity. To know the true discernment is to say yes to your true potential. To say yes is to face each thought with reverence for its potential power, while at the same time being willing to dissolve every thought that is out of harmony with what you are choosing to embrace. the simple response is to breathe. When you do not know where your thoughts are leading you, when you do not recognize whether a thought is your own or is coming from an external source, focus on a simple element of your physical presence. Breathe, walk, recognize your need for food or lack of it. Stretch your face and your arms and your legs. Focus on what you know is your own, that you may build the discernment to recognize what is not. It is in this ability to separate what is and is not your own that you begin to take responsibility for what you are creating that is sloppy. You cannot afford to allow your mind to be stray in this way, because your power to create depends on your ability to focus in a new form. You are being led into a new form of orchestra, a participation that enables you to embody rhythms you have yet to even feel. The recognition that the rhythms of the future shift and change in a form you must be able to follow in order to participate. This is yours. You are here. We see you. Can you allow us to continue? As we watch you, you become more real. As you trust us, you will feel. And as you feel, you will reveal the possibilities that we craft for you. We are crafting a space for you in the future. It is up to you to embrace it by feeling the rhythms that we share.